obviously, as you might expect, there's a fair amount of negativity and maybe pessimism in terms of the responses. Is there any, I don't know, talk or question regarding maybe new opportunities? I mean, we're here talking on a video conference and using Zoom, which is obviously kind of maybe a new opportunity for some integrators or some providers that maybe they haven't been involved in yet, but maybe they could think about in the future. Is that anything that you guys are asking about or addressing?
For sure, that comes through a lot in the commentary of where they're seeing the potential opportunity. A lot of increased demand and requests from clients about helping them set up their conference and collaboration type systems, better optimize, uh, etc., to facilitate the remote workforce. So clearly, that's opportunity. The challenge for our space is a lot of that's cloud, so it's harder. We're talking. I'm using a laptop camera myself right now, at least have a headset on. But for an AV provider whose business is setting up spaces with technology, it's a little bit more challenging. But I think for sure, providers are looking at how can we get in front of this. Even on the live event side, lots of chatter about taking events more virtual. What that might look like. There's a content capture aspect to that. There's a content distribution aspect to that. So I think there's certainly glimmers of opportunity within this that some may stick around, others may be more short term. But I think if anything, we're all getting more comfortable and used to and open to this idea of connecting from remote, and so that at the very least shapes the nature of the business, the way in which we do solutions, and keeping that open mind to remote access and longer and wider access to content kind of thing.
Okay, and I know you only have, I guess, 2 weeks of data at this point, but is it too soon to, kind of look at that and say, well, maybe in the long term, this could be a benefit to the industry because it could, steer people in a certain direction or something like that?
Yeah, fortuitously, I suppose, and it's a happy circumstance that we were in the middle of our forecast revisions anyway. We do first part of the year for us is take a hard look at our industry outlook trends analysis report, our industry revenue expectations. Go back with our partner and sort of forecast the future. That's due out in June, and so we're in the middle of that anyway. And that's what we're hoping for June, is to be able to point to this in terms of more of a long-term fashion. How does it shift the spending within the various vertical markets? How much we were talking about digital signage as the big thing. It's going to eclipse conferencing, for example, by 2024. Maybe that changes a little bit. Even if it's only in the interim, maybe 21, 22, those years, in 2020 even, is a focus of revenue on more of the virtual experience before we get back to more in person. So yeah, I think it is a bit too early, only because we're not even close to the new normal, right? I mean, we're in the middle of the disruption, so it's very early to forecast. Is this the new normal? Well, probably not, because hopefully we don't have a virus banging on our door every day for forever, and we won't. So yeah, I think there's threads of it that point to long term, and we'll certainly get in front of that as we can, with some expectation for industry.